Hello, my name is Hannah Kinsler, and I will be presenting my PowerPoint presentation on the pathologic condition Alzheimer's disease. What is Alzheimer's? The pathologic condition Alzheimer's is a progressive, non-curable brain disease that over time destroys brain function and thinking skills. According to the Alzheimer's Association, every 67 seconds someone in the United States develops Alzheimer's. Distinguished by generation of the brain tissue, Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia. Characteristics of Alzheimer's. Intellectual skills, in addition to social abilities, are incapacitated with this devastating disease. Confusion and memory loss are typically the initial symptoms and gradually progress to not being able to remember, rationalize, or learn new information. Symptoms. The brain changes when an individual has Alzheimer's, and it can affect the way one acts or feels. They may experience depression, anxiety, social withdrawal, distrust in others, irritability and aggressiveness, mood swings, changes in sleeping habits, loss of inhibitions, wandering, and delusions. Is this disease treatable? Alzheimer's unfortunately has no cure at this time, but symptoms are being treated and worldwide research is ongoing. While current treatments cannot stop the progression of Alzheimer's disease, it can delay the process of symptoms worsening, enabling the patient to the quality of life they and their caregivers deserve. What causes Alzheimer's? It remains unclear to physicians why many young age individuals are having to endure the early onset effects of Alzheimer's disease. A worldwide study performed by scientists on a few hundred families concluded that those who get early onset Alzheimer's have one of three known rare genes inherited from a parent. This uncommon form of the disease occurs in people ages 30 to 60. A statistic provided by the Alzheimer's Association proves that an estimated 5.2 million Americans have Alzheimer's disease in 2014, including approximately 200,000 individuals younger than age 65 who have younger onset Alzheimer's. It is so uncommon that only 5% of all people have this form of Alzheimer's. The individuals that have Alzheimer's disease will typically have the late onset Alzheimer's, which gradually progresses after age 60. Studies have linked the apolipoprotein gene to the later onset Alzheimer's. There are several forms to this gene. One of these forms is APOE4, which seems to increase a person's risk of getting the disease. Although one might have this gene, it does not necessarily mean that they will develop Alzheimer's disease. Even people that aren't a carrier of APOE4, they can still develop this disease. Studies have shown that the way you live your life can determine if you develop Alzheimer's. For example, physical activity, social engagement, a nutritious diet, and mentally stimulating your brain can all help you stay healthy and Alzheimer's free. There still needs to be a lot of work done on the influence of Alzheimer's. International scientists are searching for more answers to find the cause of this tragic disease. What parts of the body does Alzheimer's affect? Alzheimer's disease is primarily affecting the central nervous system, which includes the brain and the spinal cord. Specific brain differences have been identified in patients with this disorder. Amyloid plaques made up of specific proteins and pieces of dead brain cells come together in the brain tissue. A brain protein known as tau also accumulates abnormally, causing brain cells to not work properly and eventually die. According to the NIA Alzheimer's Disease Education and Referral Center, while the brain may shrink to some degree in healthy aging, it does not lose neurons in large numbers. In Alzheimer's disease, however, damage is widespread as many neurons stop functioning, lose connections with other neurons, and die. Alzheimer's disrupts processes vital to neurons and their networks, including communication, metabolism, and repair. Secondly, Alzheimer's disease affects the digestive system as well. Swallowing difficulties occur in the early stages of Alzheimer's. Many people have difficulty eating without choking. Pneumonia is often associated with swallowing difficulties that lead to the accidental entry of food or liquids into the airways. Pneumonia is a common cause of death among people with Alzheimer's disease. Lastly, the neuromuscular system is affected by this condition as well. Individuals in the later stages of Alzheimer's often lose their ability to use their muscles the way they are used to. The muscles simply become increasingly rigid as control of the neuromuscular system declines. For example, many elderly people in the later stages of Alzheimer's have difficulty walking or simply are unable to walk at all. According to the Alzheimer's Association, more than 5 million Americans are living with this disease of Alzheimer's. It is the sixth leading cause of death in the United States and the fifth leading cause of death for those aged 65 and older. If you or someone you know has Alzheimer's disease or early onset symptoms, you do not have to endure this disease by yourself. Educational and supportive resources are readily available along with valuable information to the millions of people affected by Alzheimer's disease. International research is continuously being pursued to improve the treatment of this challenging disease, delay the symptoms, and even prevent it completely. According to Alzheimer's Disease Education and Referral Center, 30 years ago, we knew very little about Alzheimer's disease. Since then, scientists have made important advances. Alzheimer's awareness to our world today is helping those suffering and their loved ones as they face the day-to-day obstacles with this disease. This concludes my presentation, and I hope you enjoyed it.